All right, so we got Just Josh and we got L. Lee with us. We got some information this morning of some threats, and we're not sure if MSM is going to cover it. And you got to take it with a grain of salt. You don't know what's factual and what's not, but when you start hearing threats, I think the best thing you can do is put the word out anyway, because at this point, any threat you should put out and let people know so they can keep their eyes open, watch their back, be observant when they're out and about. So we got some information. L. Lee wants to keep the camera off, stay anonymous in a way. So we want to get this information out to y'all. We're not sure how credible it is, but there's some things going on, and we think people should know about it. So you can keep your eyes open.
Absolutely. So locally, I'm in the Buffalo area, and on local Facebook pages, and this is why it's not necessarily 100% credible, but there's information that all of the local Walmart stores have all of the lawn and garden doors and the pharmacy doors closed and locked, and you can only use the grocery entrances, and there's police at all of those entrances. Now, based on the comments, at first I was thinking that they were just being precautionary after the top shooting.
Right.
But then somebody had put a comment that made me think otherwise. I had messaged the person that had said something along the lines of, like, they had information as to what they know was going to be happening, or was expected to be happening at any one of them stores. I don't know if it was because I don't know if anyone's seen the manifesto from the top shooter. His information on his manifesto was when he was finished with the shooting at Tops, he was going to then take a route to the nearest Walmart store, and he was going to, and quote unquote in his manifesto, well, maybe not quote for quote, but basically he was going to hit every Black person along the way that he could, like take them out.
Right.
And he was going to head to the Walmart store. Now, is it a coincidence that they were like, oh, let's, do this with all these Walmart stores locally, like because of that? Or is it some copycat? Is there somebody else out there making threats? And then not only that, but then the local school districts have been getting threats. And I didn't find this out. My son and my daughter also go to a local school out here. And they were hiding information from me last night that they had found out about this. And I found out this morning, and I asked them about it. They were like, yeah, we didn't want to get in trouble for being up late. I was like, well, you need to let me know this. But apparently there was information going around last night about the threats for the schools. So a lot of people weren't sending their kids in locally. And I don't think mainstream media is going to be covering any of this.
Let me dive in real quick. There's multiple stores in your area. And I think when you sent me the message, there was at least 3. And they're
Correct.
shutting down all the entrances that aren't the main entrance right at the front. So they're shutting down the lawn and garden entrances. They're shutting down, I guess if you would go and get your car fixed, you can always walk into the back of Walmarts and stuff through there. So they're shutting those down. And there's a heavy police presence at these stores also, at all 3.
Mm-hmm.
And also there's stuff going through the school system around where you're at.
Yep.
And it's pretty much there. The thought is that there could be other things going to pop off. And it's going
apparently
to be.
There were threats for the schools. There were some threats apparently for the schools. And I think there was 2 local school districts that had addressed it and sent out like an email or something. It wasn't our local district, but.
And we're talking threats to Black America. I mean, this ain't just like, this is, they have a target. And it's serious to me because of what just happened. And if there's a threat out there and these stores are acting like this, and the schools got this stuff going around, I think it's smart for us to let people know. And if we get in trouble or whatever, I mean, we gotta be careful. We don't want to scream fire in a theater, but also at the same time, they always say, speak up when you hear something. If you see something, say something. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're doing. We're not trying to start shit here. We're not trying to feed y'all a bunch of bullshit. We're just trying to come with y'all with Lee has heard some things, seen some things. She's picked up on it, and she's trying to get the information out there. She hit me up this morning, and that's what we're diving into. I'm trying to be clear with everything. You know what I'm saying? So they know exactly why we're doing this. This ain't no YouTube stunt. We're not trying to make a video and put it out there just to stir shit up. Like, this is serious stuff. You sent me like screenshots and stuff. Like, it's not no joke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's real stuff. Seriously. And
Right.
I'm glad that you guys brought it to my attention. It hits on so many different levels. Seriously. For me, I'm Black, so I have to be hyper vigilant. I have to be, situational awareness. It has to be on 10 these next couple days. And I'm in the South. I'm not even up there, but hey, who knows? And then too, I have to think about the timing. We were just talking about the timing of this event. You know what I mean? With everything that's going on, gas prices, all the shortages, and they have to tap into the racial aspect of everything that's going on. That has to be a part of the problem. And then too, I'm gonna shut up. But then too, on the same note, it's kind of like that thing we just went through the last 2 years. So if they are locking these doors, if they are setting up stores in a certain way, one way in, one way out, who's to say that's not going to play into a bigger part of their plan in the future? You know what I mean? In the immediate future,
As it becomes customary to do this because of threats.
Yes. So there's so many different things to look at, and seriously, as preppers, we have to look at all these things. Not only, even with there being the possible threat of more craziness, that could happen, like what we just experienced in Buffalo.
This is a warning to everybody. Take it with a grain of salt. This is some information that we're getting out of different social medias. We're getting it out of your kids at their school. You're hearing from local people in your area that, this Walmart's doing this and this store's doing that. Okay. Boom, bam, bip.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that, it's a threat on Black America, because that's what it is. From what you sent me, that's like the only target. It's like they're targeting Black folks. So the area in which she's hearing these things out of is the Buffalo area, the area where this Tops shooting had, the surrounding areas. This is where this kind of stuff is happening, at the Walmarts, at the schools. We can't give direct locations, but anybody who lives anywhere near that area, be high. What's the word? Be on alert, big time, high alert. But also, this is another point. It's kind of good that we don't give y'all specific locations, because I think right now in America, everybody should be on high alert. Everybody, everywhere. If you're sending your kids to school, make sure you're teaching them and telling them, hey, you have to watch your surroundings. If some strange person comes to your school or is outside of your school, or you see some strange person walking in the hallway, run and go tell a teacher. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even if it's not a threat, it's still good to let the adults know what's going on. If you see anything, hear anything, any strange packages, anything, because what's going on in this country right now is some crazy. There wasn't just one shooting last weekend. There was 3 shootings. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. So and that's why I when you hit me up this morning, I was like, look, I hate to say it, and I don't really like to do videos like this, but I think we should do something and put the word out, because people need to know about this. They say it all the time. If you see something, say something. Well, we've seen something. Now we're saying something. All right. So we got some information from Lee this morning. She hit me up on Instagram and she wanted to let me know some things going on. And, you know, we were both going back and forth, and I hit Josh up and we were like, man, how do we get this information out? But we got to be careful because we don't want to spark fear in everybody at the same time as when you see something, you want to say something. Yeah. So Lee, I just say, give the information to us as if you did this morning. Just leave out your personal details and stuff, but let us know what's going on in your area and why this is so important to us.
This morning I was going through my phone, and yeah, I'm in the Buffalo area. I seen some information about the local. There's 3 different local in the Buffalo area Walmart stores where they have now cut off access completely to any other entrance except for the grocery entrance, and that has a heavy police presence. People are commenting that there may have been some other threats. Whether that's true or not, I don't know at this time. It could just be from the attack on Black America that we just had at Tops.
These threats, you're seeing these threats, rumors of threats or threats on social media?
Right as of now, it's rumors of threats on social media. The people that had mentioned the rumors, I did message them. I haven't gotten anything back from them yet, but there were people saying that they knew why there was this police presence. And another thing that's going on in the local area is threats at the schools, that they're going to shoot up the schools, and not just, you know, shoot up the schools, but attack Black people, like carrying out the rest of that guy's deal from Tops. And people aren't covering this on mainstream news. After I seen those posts on Facebook from people on the local pages, I went to our local news pages, and there wasn't even one comment, one post or anything about that. So if our even local news isn't covering that, I'm assuming that mainstream media in a whole isn't covering that. And people need to know. We need to be situationally aware, you know, that this is happening. This is a real threat to everybody.
Right. And just real quick, anybody who's in the New York, Buffalo area, if y'all watch this, if you end up, which I don't know if you'll end up going out or not, or going to check it out, because at this point I would stay away from all those places. But if you end up, if you could email me at preppertribe.com and let me know what you see at the Walmarts, or anybody hearing any rumors of anything in that area or any other area, hit me up and let me know, because I'd like to know, even if you could take pictures, like if you just riding by Walmart, swing in there, and if you see a bunch of police or 1 or 2 cops sitting at the front of the area, take a little snapshot and send it to me. Let us know what's going on, because social media is a weird thing. You know, there's lots of different people, different ages. Anything could be said on social media, but it's not. The threats, of course, are worrisome, but the most worrisome to me is just the fact that you're hearing that all these doors are being locked on these stores, and you only got the grocery entrance. You got your kids coming home from school letting you know that, hey, there's some stuff going on at school. There's some rumors flying around. There's some worry at school that there might be a shooting or a copycat. And also, I remember from your text, you know, we went back and forth a few times, but you specifically said in the text that some of the threats that you're seeing are specifically towards Black folks, just like that top shooter. Like their target is Black folks, these threats. And I mean, we got to put that information out there, you know what I mean? Because people forget real quick. People move on with their lives and stop thinking about things, and they go out there and they don't keep their eyes open, and they're not looking around. There's threats out there. They're shutting down doors. They're not letting people in the back and side entrances. There's stuff going on in that area because they think Walmart's not just going to shut up doors for nothing. And yeah, people can say, oh, well, the top shooting happened. Maybe there's no, I don't think so. I think that somebody is calling into these Walmarts and saying, hey, look, maybe y'all need to there's some stuff we're seeing that we got some inside information. You might want to shut down these entrances to the weird spots in your stores to make it as safe as possible, because we're hearing some things. We don't want to put the message out there because we'll cause panic, right? Come on, man. You got to say what you see. I mean, they need to let us know these things. You know what I mean?
Right. I agree. And yeah, like I said, it wasn't on any news station locally, and people need to know, even if there's just somebody locally that didn't know about this, that might hear it from this video and it helps them not go to the store right now, that would be great.
I'm actually glad that they're taking these steps. Trying to save some lives. You know what I mean? If that's the case.
Absolutely.
You said that some parents ain't even sending their kids to school right now.
No, some kids are staying home. There's parents that were putting out posts asking, hey, are other parents in this area sending their kids because of this threat? And that was letting some people know about it, and then other parents were sharing their input, and no, it's not worth it. A lot of people were saying it wasn't worth it and they weren't sending their kids, and I don't blame them. It's one day of school missing that versus possibly their life.
What worries me is graduation's coming soon, and you know how many people get together at a graduation. I think people really better watch their backs when you're doing the graduation thing, because anything could happen. You know what I mean?
That's a good call.
Yeah. I was at a Home Depot the other day, the curbside pickup. And we're talking about being aware, hyper aware of your situations with this incident that just took place. And literally, for a second, I was kind of just chilling. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, Josh, you gotta be aware of your surroundings. And when I started to just look around me and see what was going on, there were so many people that just kind of, looked a little out of place, walking close to the vehicle. You know what I mean? Who's behind me? Who's pulling up next to me? And so I can only imagine Black people in Buffalo, who do go to some of these stores in that area or the schools in that area. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're taking this threat very serious. I'm pretty sure that they aren't sending. I wouldn't send my kids to school, for next couple of days.
And I don't know if, and I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off there, and I don't
Go ahead.
how well this information is known, but Buffalo is a predominantly Black community. And then it dwindles as you go away from Buffalo, but I mean, it's predominantly Black around here. So this threat is like a huge threat, especially for the area. It's
I keep thinking to myself, we might be helping somebody somewhere else too. We might be helping people somewhere else too, because this might make other people think in other areas to watch their back, and something could go down. Absolutely. And they could think about this live stream right here and say, you know what? That dude don't look right. I can come back to this store later. And then boom, 15, 20 minutes later, they're hearing on the news that something happened there. You know what I'm saying? Like that,
right.
That's really why we all decided to do this recording, and put it out in a video, is to really wake people up to, hey, look, there's some serious shit going on. And there's threats going on right now in the same place that it just happened.
Yeah, crazy times.
Always have a plan. Always have a backup plan, no matter where you're going. Even if you're just going to the grocery store, have a backup plan, what you would do, run those scenarios through your head.
At this point, all of America should just take it as it's a threat on all of America, because if this is spreading around, I'm sure there's other stuff in other places that's spreading around and people ain't hearing about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. So we got this information out to y'all. We didn't want to draw this out. We didn't want to get into, a big conversation about it. We just want to get the warning out there for y'all. It's an alert. Try to let y'all know something that we're hearing, something that we're seeing. Appreciate you, Lee, for letting me know and hopping up on here with me and, putting it out there. I know you don't like to, mess with the cameras and stuff, but really appreciate you. And Josh, always appreciate you.
Hey, can I just say prayers and condolences out to the families of the victims and the loved and lost ones?
Most definitely.
As preppers, we're just trying to do our part to just keep our people safe, keep everybody safe. So love y'all.
No doubt. Much love. Much love. All right, y'all. So Maybe we'll get a live stream in. We'll try to figure it out. Maybe even this evening. Maybe we'll get a live stream in and be able to chop it up with y'all, man. And if we hear anything else, I'll be sure to bust something out to y'all. Might be a short, might be a quick video, but if Lee hears anything else, she can shoot me over the information. Anything goes down or any more warnings or alerts, we'll let y'all know.
Gotcha.
All right. Till next time, we gone.
Peace
Stay
out.
alert out there.
See ya.